Possibly the rarest watch I've shown on the channel. Hello, welcome to Swiss Watch Gang, a channel where you discover watches which you didn't know before, or so I hope at least. This video is a perfect example of how the watch collecting social media space works. Not long ago I was scrolling through Instagram stories and I saw that Mark Cho was in Zurich. I messaged him if we could meet up, chat about watches, and so we made it happen. When he visited me in our studio with a friend, he brought some of his watches with him. Apart from wearing a very special FP Journe Resonance, which was made for the Armory, the company he co-founded, he also brought a travel pouch. When he opened his travel pouch, I couldn't believe my eyes. There they were, a Naoya Hida and a true unicorn of a watch by Klings. Mark Cho was gracious enough to trust me with his watches for a couple of hours, and so I took the advantage of the situation to make a review for you guys, since I figured that this is a super rare occasion. For those who are interested in men's fashion, custom clothing and very special accessories, check out Mark's YouTube channel where you will learn a lot more about it. He's the co-founder of the Armory and co-owner of Drake's after all, so he's definitely a trusted source for this kind of information. Klings is a name you don't hear often in mainstream circles. If you dig long enough, it's a name you see on a forum or some niche watchmaking site, or also if you're an avid reader of the SJX blog. He's a true watchmaker from Dresden, Germany, born in 1957, who makes watches with all traditional watchmaking tools. In my humble opinion, someone who deserves much more recognition and coverage. As he creates all of his watches mostly on a one-off basis, it's not really the most commercial way of building a brand, but it's definitely one with a high degree of uniqueness and also quality, of course. He focuses on all kinds of complications and designs, but quality and inventing something new is always at the core of his creations. Where do I begin, guys? This watch was made in collaboration, or better said, ordered by Mark Cho. Christian and Mark created a unique watch together with a unique movement and dial. This is truly a piece unique watch in its purest form. With most watchmakers, the customer has the option of changing the dial, choosing a different type of movement, decoration and coating, or something in that, spectrum. Ordering a Christian Klings is nearly impossible, and I saw the smile on Mark's face when he showed me and explained me the watch. To give you an idea of Christian, he made only a handful of watches in his 20-year career span, around 2 to 3 watches per year, to put it in perspective, so it's a very small amount of watches he made. The dial is absolutely superb, a nice contrast between the galvanized salmon dial and the silver chapter rings. They're both made out of German silver, and then the salmon part of the dial is actually galvanic plated to achieve this stunning color. The Christian Klings plaque and the chapter rings are brushed and feature Roman numerals, which are then hand painted. The numerals are machine engraved using a very special machine which Christian actually found and then rebuilt to make it work. The Breguet style hands are also painted in dark grey and are just, an ode to old watchmaking and of course the master himself, Abraham Louis Breguet. We've got 2 guilloche patterns on the dial, barleycorn in the middle part and sunburst pattern for the second subdial. The guilloche pattern is made by hand with a lathe and requires a lot of expertise. And now for a mouth-watering event, we'll focus on the movement side of this beautiful watch. What you see is a unique movement featured only in this watch and constructed specifically for Mark Cho by Christian. It's a nice mix of simplicity and complexity, if that makes sense. For me, it definitely does. At first glance, I just stared and explored all the little details this movement has to offer. The various decoration techniques really play well with each other, and I wish this movement was something that was mass-produced only so I can see it more often. I'm super happy to be able to show you this under my camera, so we can share this moment together. Thankfully, you can rewatch this on my YouTube channel from now on over and over again. The movement is made out of brass, and all the wheels are actually yellow gold plated. The bridges, screws and the barrel cover are made out of steel. The 3 finger-style bridges, screws and balance cock are all intricately mirror polished to perfection, by hand of course, as well as all the beveling on the bridges. The engraving on the barrel cover and the Christian Klings plaque is again made with the same machine as the ones on the dial side. I can easily say that this is one of the most beautiful movements I ever seen in person. Simple but impactful. The delicate case is made out of stainless steel and features slightly curved lugs to fit the wrist better. The bezel is curved to make it more sleek, the whole case is polished and the size is only 36.5 mm, since Mark likes to wear watches usually in the 34 to 37 mm range. I actually like the size, and it also makes the dial and movement take a lot of the real estate. If you're wondering how much a watch like this costs, I can only tell you that they start from 50,000 euros. Please don't contact Christian though, because the man is now retired. He's retired because he wants to do more social work with his church, the Seventh-day Adventist Church. I would love to see more of his work in the future, if he could give his knowledge to the next generation, so we'd be able to purchase more of these watches. In today's market, there is no say how much this watch would fetch at auction. My guess would be somewhere between 300 to 600,000 euros. But it's really just a wild guess. It could go for much more, but we'll never know for sure, as we don't have to, because again, this watch was made specifically for one person, so I doubt it's gonna go for auction anytime soon. This is a part of watch collecting which is truly about passion and not speculation and investing. I want to especially thank Mark Cho for lending me this watch for the review, and I truly hope you guys liked it. I promise to show you watches that you don't know yet, and this year I'll bring some real unicorns on the channel, so you better subscribe if you don't want to miss out on them. Share this video with someone who loves discovering new watches, press like, and as always, I'll see you next Friday.